Hello, I hope you're well. Today I wanted to film a law of attraction video about how to raise your vibrations. So first I'm going to go back and kind of explain what that means. I will put some kind of probably more coherent definitions on the screen as I am just kind of talking off the bat. I don't have any research in front of me right now, but raising your vibrations is essentially the idea that all people and things in this universe vibrate at a frequency. The higher the frequency, the more positive impact it has. So if you vibrate higher, you have high vibrations, good things tend to happen. It's about how you feel, basically. To raise your vibrations, you need to feel better, you need to be in a positive state of mind, and then in turn that will bring good things to you and make you more magnetic towards good things. You attract things of the same frequency. So if you are at a low frequency, the circumstances of your life will be at a low frequency also. Hope that makes sense in some way. So my first challenge this year when beginning my whole law of attraction journey for the year was to raise my vibrations, because as I mentioned in a previous video, I started the year feeling very sad and down, and in turn I was attracting quite negative stuff and I was in a mind frame of negative thought patterns. So I had to raise my vibrations to get out of that, to feel better, and even to just enjoy the day-to-day, even if it doesn't have a big impact on my life, it just makes the day-to-day nicer. So that is something I have been working on recently. Now, I'm not going to lie, there have been some days I felt sad. I wrote a blog post on a day that I felt sad, which I will link below, but it's about being able to pick yourself up from that and to be able to move forward from that and to bring those vibrations back up high when they drop. So I just thought I'd share with you some different ways which I do that, with different ways which I vibrate to a higher frequency, and how I've kind of turned around how I'm feeling in the day-to-day in just this month. So there are some things which I do every day, some things which I do occasionally, some things which I avoid doing. So I'm just going to, I've written a list, is in no particular order, but I'm just going to talk about each thing. Right. My first one, I'm going to be honest, I've been pretty slacking with this lately, but I did it today for the first time in a while and I'm glad to be getting back into it, and that is meditating. Now, I first began meditating quite a few years ago. I originally had the Headspace app. Now I use a few different apps. Sometimes I don't use an app at all. For me, it makes me feel very grounded. It brings me clarity, and it's just a way to kind of calm your body and mind and prepare you to think logically throughout the day. So I try to do, even if it's just a couple of minutes, a good app for if you want quite short meditations is Stop, Breathe, Think, which is, yeah, very short meditations. I am going to do a blog post on all different meditation apps because I have a few which I really love. But it's about doing it and taking that time out for yourself, even if it's not for long. It affects how you feel the rest of the day. The next on my list is a gratitude journal. Now, I've had one on and off for probably about a year now, and at the moment I am really loving it. So each evening before I go to bed, I just like to reflect on what I'm grateful for and write things down. If I repeat things, it doesn't matter. If they're not specific, it doesn't matter, as long as I am taking a moment to think, okay, what did I appreciate today? What did I feel good about today? And especially on really bad days, it kind of makes you realise that maybe your mind's a bit biased and there are good things, and sometimes if you look hard enough you can see them. Another one which I guess works for me when I'm feeling maybe overwhelmed or more negative emotions is journaling or writing in my diary. Just doodling down thoughts, getting them out of your mind and onto paper makes a big difference. Even things like creating art, drawing, painting, anything kind of creative where you use your hands is a good way to get your feelings out so they don't feel trapped in your mind. And when they're out and they're free and they're in the air, it releases you from those negative feelings. So occasionally I will write in my diary and I'll just write about how I'm feeling and kind of what's up, and after I just always feel a relief and I feel more free and more happy. Exercise is an important one. Now, exercise is one of those things you're either in the habit of doing or you're not. Through last year I had a personal trainer through summer and it was one of the best things that I ever done. I trained outside, which I think added to how much I enjoyed it, and it's just gives some time to take time away from your thoughts and just think about your body and nothing else. That was what I really liked about it, is a complete distraction. It's just kind of a way to celebrate what your body can do and challenge it and look after yourself. I don't have a personal trainer anymore. My cousin was my trainer. She is a trainer though. It wasn't just that I asked my cousin to do it one day. She's a personal trainer and a dancer and a very good one. But she's now moved away and she's recently just had a baby as well. So I no longer have a personal trainer, but I'm still trying to keep up some fitness. So I go running quite a lot and sometimes it's just a nice way to break up the day. And I always feel great afterwards, even though sometimes I don't want to leave the house in the first place. If I'm after something a bit more slow and steady, something which I got quite into last year and have not done that much this year yet, is yoga, especially in the morning. Doing some yoga to kind of stretch out your body and your mind, concentrate on yourself. It's really great and it makes you feel really good. Something which raises my vibrations and makes me feel really good is reading. Now I read a lot. I read books, I read magazines, I read different genres, but for me, reading a book in the bath really just makes me feel good. It's good to have that escape from the world that I'm living in to kind of expand where my thoughts are going. Another thing to raise your vibrations is to just make plans with friends. For example, if I'm feeling a bit down, I tend to lock myself up in my bedroom and I don't really go anywhere. And I do like spending time alone, but sometimes when you're not doing it, you forget how much you enjoy spending time with other people. So it's kind of pushing yourself outside and being like, actually, I want to see my friends today. And even if it's just sitting in somebody else's company and having a coffee, it makes you feel good. Also, I guess with things like that is be aware of who you're seeing, who you're spending your time with. You want to be around people that make you feel good, and your friends should make you feel good, and kind of try and figure out if they do or if they don't, because if they don't, you need to evaluate why. This one can be a good or a bad thing depending if it's overdone. Now I've find comfort in a TV programme. So for me that is Gilmore Girls, and I watch Gilmore Girls and I automatically feel comfort, I feel happy, I feel joyful, and it's familiar and everything about it makes me happy. But if you overdo it and binge and do nothing but watch Netflix in your bed, it's not good. You need to get that balance. It's good to have that thing to escape to, but use it as a treat once a day. Don't spend your days in bed. Get up, get out, enjoy your day. Don't forget basic self-care. Now this is kind of one of those ones for when you're really low and you really need to pick yourself up. If you feel like crap, just have a shower and it makes a difference. It will make you feel better. It won't work wonders. A shower is just a shower after all. But if you have a shower, it will definitely bring things up just slightly. And sometimes things are hard and sometimes it's easier to raise those vibrations just slightly. Slightly is always better than nothing. So have something nice to eat, have a shower, get changed. Basic self-care goes a long way when you've been neglecting it. Another thing which I find really helpful is keep a habit tracker and keep on top of when I'm doing these things which make me feel good. So each night I will fill out my habit tracker and take some time to reflect on my day and how it's been and how I've been concentrating on keeping my vibrations high. And that way I kind of hold myself accountable. If I've not done things which make me happy at the end of the day, I can usually reflect it in how I'm feeling, and it just kind of gives me the evidence that I need to know that these things are making me feel good and I want to feel good. I had to stop filming for a moment. My mum's a bit poorly, so she came in to see me. She's really poorly, it's really sad. Just checking she was okay. So I stopped filming for a moment. Also, if I'm talking quietly, it's because she's going to sleep and I don't want to wake her up. So I'll try to adjust the volume on the clips, but yeah, I'm trying to be a bit mindful of that. So I'm trying to pick up where I left off. Ask yourself before you do something if it's going to make you feel good. If it's not, ask yourself why you are doing it. Sometimes I think we do things which don't make us feel good without realising, and that drops our vibrations lower. We don't even notice that we're doing it. So just be aware of what you're doing and how it makes you feel. Another one which I've especially taken into account this week, I say, when I'm probably not looking my best, but is to get ready, feel good about yourself, put on some makeup or wear an outfit which makes you feel really nice. If you feel like you're dressed to take on the world, you'll be more likely to. You shouldn't save your best till last. You should be able to dress up and do what makes you feel good. One which has made a huge difference to my life is don't sleep with your phone under the pillow, and set a nice song for your ringtone. Firstly, don't sleep with your phone under your pillow. You wake up in the night, you check your phone, there's no need for it. It wakes you up further. You end up scrolling before bed and go to sleep in a mode of self-comparison, and you don't want that mode when you wake up first thing in the morning as well. So instead I put my phone across the room. I have a Harry Styles song as my ringtone because we all know I love Harry Styles, but anything other than that horrendous iPhone alarm sound which puts everybody on edge, you want to wake up to something different. You don't want that feeling in the morning. So I've been putting my phone across the room, waking up to Harry Styles. If I do spend a bit of time in bed in the morning, I spend time reflecting on what I am grateful for, or reading a bit of a book or a magazine. I've cut out scrolling first thing in the morning. I will as soon as I get out of bed, but not immediately. I give myself a bit of time to breathe, a bit of time to think of myself rather than the people on Instagram who I want to be. And the last one, which I think is most important, is don't be too hard on yourself. You could always pick things back up. You can always bring those vibrations back up when you want to. I had a really bad day last week with the one which I wrote a blog post about. I was feeling really down, but today I feel completely different. Always just know that it will pass and things can get back up, and you can build those good vibrations up. You can vibrate to a higher frequency if you choose to. Just because you feel one way one day, it doesn't mean it has to last. Don't be too hard on yourself if you are feeling things, because you're human, you're supposed to feel things. I hope that video was coherent. If it wasn't, I'm sorry. I hope it made sense. I hope it was helpful. I hope you're having a good day. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and let me know any more law of attraction content you would like to see. I'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching. Sending you good vibes.